Hey everyone, Teamudf here for some more of the community showcase. Before we get going now, a very generous 5,000 bits from Rainbow for a late Christmas gift. So again, thank you very much, Rainbow. We're going to keep going with the community showcase. This will probably be the final episode. I don't know for sure, but first we're going to check out Four Fiends by Arceus in Zelda Classic here. So then in that regard, the title's an in-joke, and I'm gonna hate myself. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to move the screen so that I can... Okay, here we go. Whoa, look at this place. It's huge. Oh my god. Oh my god, Becky, it's... Uh-oh. Is being here even a good idea? I'm getting creeped out by this place. Oh, shut it. I bet there's lots of glory to be had. Onwards! Sigh. I guess I'll lead the way. Follow me. Okay, so we've got the party script in action here. Cannot leave the dojon. We're in the ancient temple. Oh, more stuff. Look, a door. I think we need a key to open it. What makes you think that? There's a hole in it, duh. Something has to go in it. Rocks for brains. Aw, we don't go in it. What? This is terrible. Another door, and there's no hole in it for a key. What do we do now? Maybe we can push those blocks. Oh, I keep forgetting the name Quincy. Quincy's a nice name. Maybe we can push the blocks. Okay, everybody, here we go. Here's our favorite thing in the world. Is that it is, okay. And why does this music sound familiar? Those things on the floor, are they... Wait, what? Some creatures may have gotten here and were trapped. Poor things. Wait, why are they reacting to the bones now? Weren't there bones in the previous rooms? Ah, whatever. Those bones don't look like beast bones. Anyway, continue. Yeah, there were. Why are they reacting now? Okay. Nothing going on here. We got more block puzzle. Alright, looks like actually we're using block hole? I think we're using block hole combo types, actually. Hey, Arkeia. I have a thing for you and Rainstorm afterwards. Yes, okay. Oh. We're not doing the layer trick. Did something happen in another room? Shut up. Don't talk to me about things happen. Okay, alright. What's with these weird bumps on the ground? They look odd. Don't step on them. They might be a trap. Don't listen to him. He's just a scaredy cat. Step on him. Is that a script? The block hole? No, the block hole's not a script. The other stuff, yes. This stuff also, yes, this would be a script. Gotta step on the switches. Hey! See, no traps, and a box appeared. Don't be such a wuss. Kinda hope the commentary from the characters dies down after a while. I kinda like to get to the game, and after a while, Huh? Oh, you gotta hit the button. Gotta hit a button to open the chest. You found a small key. Thanks for the bits as well, Macabuya. Hashtag charity, small help in Rainbow's name. Excellent. Got a small key. But yeah, a little too much running commentary takes away from the gameplay experience. Alright, this is open now. What's with these odd statues? They're starting to scare me. I don't know, actually. Oh, thanks for the bits, Panda. And the charity as well. Oh, this one's glowing. We got another smile key. Alright. Oh, none of the other ones were like that, were they? Because that's a subtle glow. Doesn't look like it. Were there any in here? No. Okay. Okay. Alright. What? The key fits in the keyhole. I'm just flabbergasted. Wow, those are big torches. The ones back at home aren't even half as big. Why are only some lit? Who would light only a few and not all? They don't look like they could be lit. What's the point then? Good question. None of them are blocks. Hidden push blocks. Who doing hidden push blocks now? Maybe this one, because this one's not lit. Nope. Okay, no hidden push blocks. Alright. Yeah, I tried them all. Okay. Alright. Okay, what do we got going on here? Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Can I go? Oh, I can go up here. Alright, so I want to hold that down. What does this do? That opens this. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if I push this off, does it? Okay, it does. Alright. Okay. I wonder if that erases the... Ooh, it does. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you probably want to use layering tricks for this sort of thing. That way it doesn't delete the under combos. Alright. Oops. Yeah, like that there. Alright. Okay, well, it's open. That keyhole looks more big than the others. Bigger. Just say bigger. More big. Alright. Okay, but we need a third smaller key. Oh, this is permanent at least. That's good. Okay, cool. Okay, so I probably missed like a subtle glowing thing somewhere. Let's take a look around and mash things. None of these torches are like different from the others, are they? Trying to look closely for subtle differences. I don't think I see any. Alright. Let's see then. What else can we do here? Is there something in the front room? Nothing in the front room. Alright. What is it that keeps like... Like, why are those flickering? Why are they FFCs? I guess because they wouldn't fit on the thing. You run the script at screen initialization. Is the chest open again? Oh no, okay. Doesn't seem like there's anything to do in here. This didn't go anywhere. There's no... Oh, there is. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Walk through wall, maybe? Nope. Walk through wall over here. Nope. Nobody noticed anything, did they? I don't have any items to light this candle with. Or to light the... yeah, light the candle. Light the torches with. Wait, what's that? Nothing. Okay. Okay. Is that it? Are we done? if I can push all 3 blocks at the same time, if that'll do anything. Well, we had all 3 pushed already, though, when I had to... Because I had to bring this one back. The torch room doesn't require an item. Okay, well then what is it? Because there's nothing going on in here. Can I just open the door? No. Because I've tried pushing all the things already. Tried going through the wall. There is no sword. We don't have a sword. Or we have no items. No items, everybody. Headbutt the torches. Ah, yes! The classic Zelda solution. Sacrifice a party member. Good. Check my map. What? What about the map? Leave and give up adventuring. There you go. Okay, what about the map? Do any of the rooms look similar somehow? No? Come on, Arceus, we don't have all day. What is it? Come on, if it's something cryptic and in like the first demo thing, let's just get it over with. Especially if the map is the solution. The arrangement of the torches matches another room. You flippin' what? These things? Oh, that's no good. Oh, that's no good. Especially with no trigger sound. No, 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 no. So what, am I supposed... I can't interact with this one, though. What do you want? Like, what do you want me to do with them, then? Because I can't interact with the one in the corner. Can interact with the floor switches. What? Okay, so does that unlight it then? The torches are in order here. Okay, how do you expect anybody to notice this? What is this? How is anyone supposed to notice this? There's no freaking way. Okay, 1, 2, 3, now. Both of... Okay, what am I counting here? Am I counting... What would 2 be, then? The one on the... Hang on. This one? That one's 2? Okay, that one's 2. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Actually, that should be 1 if I'm looking at this correctly. Okay, so I want 1, maybe 2 is this. Alright, what would 3 be then? 3 is the one up here. Why'd the sound play twice? Alright, what's 4? That one's 4. Five's down there. That one's 7, so this one's 6. I don't know, man. I don't think I can buy this one. This one's a hard sell. Oh, okay. We got the Evan Rupee. Okay. And there's the small key. Alright. And we're getting some casciolo. Okay. What? A follow. Wall guy, the Robin. Welcome to the Strum of Doom. And thank you for the follow. Oh boy. Hey, remember when Steph brought up that, remember when Steph brought up the thing about how making a joke doesn't automatically make it okay? This would be, this would probably be the time to remember that. Well. Uh-huh. Okay. These aren't pushable. That's a block. There's a switch. There's 2 switches. Oh. Oh, I was on something. What am I doing here? What? Okay, that opens... Why do I care about that, though? Oh. Wait, what? Oh, God! I have to hit these things in a... Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, this is open. Hey, walking. Oh, Jesus. Oh, but you can't step back over them. That's the point of having to go around. Oh, God. Alright, Okay, 3 was up there. Four was what? The one on the far top? Okay. Okay, 5, bottom, okay, so bottom, okay. God! Why are there switches behind the pillars? Oh. What the flit was for? Was it the stupid top? Okay. Okay, now I have to, like, reset the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. What's that weird marking on the ground? Let's check it out. Maybe there's treasure hidden there. But it's plot. And something bad's gonna happen. And then that'll probably be the end of the demo. Blah ha 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 ha. Finally, we are free. What are you? Have you mortals forgotten us already? Tis the air. Oh, scrolling text too fast. Alright. I do think an introduction is in order. We are the Four Fiends. A pleasure to meet you all, and thank you for releasing us. Releasing you? You must be those meanies who did evil stuff long ago. Finally, you fools get it. Amazing. The sheep have finally gained common sense. Beep. Please don't harm us. We didn't do anything wrong to you. We can take anything you things can throw at us. Bring it. What do you plan to do? Tell me, tell me. Please, Wendy, let him do what he's gonna do. I need to know, please. Nah, I think it's time we reward them for their bravery. Ha 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 ha. Oh, they changed us into things. Okay. Look at their pathetic faces. Who's so confident now? Oh, it's not very nice to laugh. They're stuck at in those miserable bodies for the rest of their lives. Who cares? Those brats deserved it. Now let's go party and wreck stuff. Well, what village we're going to terrorize first? We're things now, apparently. Hey, end of the demo. Alright, you need hints. You need hints and not a complete shutdown puzzle in the start of the game. Assuming that this is like the intro or something. For sure. Nobody is going to know to check the map and just hang out. No default 10 out of 10 Driftwood Gaming. God dang it. Why would you do this? Alright. Yeah, this would take a while. This would for sure take a while. I mean, the good news is there's only so many things you can do. But yeah, people are looking at the rooms as an individual challenge. People are not looking at the rooms as a whole. I more so than a lot of ZC creators can tell you this, having made AU, people do not look at dungeons as one gigantic structure that's, like, flowing well and to be solved. Not even the person who created AU. Yeah. Like, I expected too much of them in that, and, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work, honestly. I do like the graphics, though. The music's nice. You've got custom sprites and a lot of other things. There's plot that does stuff. I'm assuming the plot will then be us trying to gain our human bodies back. But yeah, you want to, like, approach this something like this, maybe from how Donkey Kong Country used to do puzzles. You give, like, a very simplistic lead-in, and then later on, when the player has learned the mechanic, then you make them do something with it. There's two steps. There's teach and apply. Like, that's the only reason I was okay with how the big key went in Brace Dest. Because I teach you the gimmick of the switches and the revealing of the Stardust Scepter with a small puzzle. And then there's, like, this gigantic, ridiculous puzzle. That ends up not being a gigantic puzzle, but player would look at it as a gigantic puzzle. Alright. But yeah, without any, like, fighting or anything, the only thing we can really talk about here is the puzzles, so... You know, something kind of strange like this will stand out more so than usual, since it was only puzzles. But yeah, alright. I don't know. I guess that's all I would say about that. So that's 4 Fiends by Arceus. Oh wait, I don't want to stop recording. Alright, let's go on to... I don't know when the Kate will be ready to read things. Oh, Rainstorm didn't notice the... Okay. Right. I was like, what reference? But you didn't see the title. Okay. Yeah, like one of 3 people who would get that title. Alright, okay. Alright, Project has... So, Kate's ready. Okay, hang on. Kate, let me get you the document. And then we will show a video. Actually, we'll just show the video while I'm getting the document. This is a video from Project highlighting his early combat in his RPG Maker game. Not the same one that we played, but his new one. I need to get a hint as to how the sound is, though. Okay. Sounds like it might be fine. Konobar. It's time to die. Color's kind of bleeding on the, the background there, I notice. But it's clear that you've done some work with the, what's that thing called that Jubs and I keep meaning to learn and never do? The animation thing. Action sequences, thanks, Archaea. Archaea beat you to it, Jubsy! Take the hit! No, okay. Alright, there you go. Oh, now we're gonna do the same battle on hard difficulty. What? Learn about combat. Okay. I don't know why, but the name Konobar makes me smile. I don't know. Fun. That's a funny name. I like it. Extend the dungeon a bit. Have a good idea how to extend it to make both puzzles seem more obvious. Good, yeah, because I don't know. You're just in that Zelda Classic thing, you're really opening the player to thinking that the whole quest is going to be, like, super duper esoteric. And if that's what you're looking for, then I don't know, but... Oh no, we're getting attacked. Oh wait, I gotta pretend I'm playing. Like that one guy who streamed UFC pay-per-view or whatever, but held a controller in his hand on a webcam to make people think he was playing it. Like, yeah, that was a story and a half. Yeah, those graphics. Man, that UFC game's looking pretty realistic there, mate. Oh no. What's her name got knocked out? Maria, I think it says. Maria and Gus. We won the battle. We did. We did it. All by ourselves.
Hello.
We won the battle, Kate. So yeah, those of you who have only seen Arpega, that's what you can do with, like, more impressive looking graphics and things. Old Teamudf doesn't have the resources to make things like this, but there you go. I'm just getting a shot of, like, the bus and the overworld and things. How is the Kate?
I'm doing better.
The Kate is sick and is going to read you this 25-page document by the Jubs. No, we're not going to do all of it, but yeah.
Oh, Pan, you heard me talking and she decided she's going to leave, so I'm going to let her out.
Okay. Got the new edition? Well, I just said 25 pages. I think this is the new version. It's the one you sent on Skype. The old version was 19 pages. We'll see how far we get through it, though.
Okay, back.
Moshi Moshi now. So we're going to be reading it like come this third or fourth paragraph here. Jobs, what is this thing called? I noticed there's no title on it. Does it have a name yet? It may not have a name yet. Let's see how the... Okay. Don't have a name? Okay. So here's something by the Jobs. I guess until we are ready to stop, we can alternate pages. I don't think we're going to want to do the whole thing because it's 25 pages, but...
Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't there something else I had? Oh, right, Kate might try to co-star here and do Undertale thingamajig for us. But, alright. Wait, you have the document, right?
Yes.
Oh, no, okay. Bring! The beige rotary phone hang on the dark wooden table, echoing throughout the headquarters and overpowering the sound of meat being fried in a kitchen nearby. Before it could even ring a second time, the meat, Julius Stabler, a dark-skinned young man wearing purple headphones around his neck and a pair of black gloves, reached for the phone handle, but quickly stopped and directed his finger to the carved-in button next to the dial to answer it. Okay, hang on. Hang on. The Epi is here. I need to hear about this. What happened, Epi? Please tell me you did not forfeit. Please tell me you destroyed this guy that the chat was, like, clearly favoring. Epi finished. Excellent. Because, Flid's sake, this was, like, the most biased commentary. Dang it. It doesn't sound like Epi won. Oh well. Epi was the baby face in his race, everybody. The commentary is fine. No, it actually almost isn't. Alright, okay. Moshi Moshi, grinning like a child going for a slice of cake, Julius answered, "Your friendly neighborhood senpai speaking." God dang it. "This is the disciplinary committee's office, right?" the voice of a young girl nervously asked. Upon speaking, the sounds of cooking started to simmer down. Yeah, you got the right number. What you need? Julius asked, taking a seat on his leather swivel chair. Adjusting the purple headphones around his neck. All right, we already know they're purple headphones. We don't need to know again that they're purple headphones. And positioning his arms on the desk like a student listening to a teacher. All right. Do you guys handle slander cases? I heard you guys were supposed to be private investigators. I'm getting distracted by Epi telling the story of the of the race. Sorry. Yeah, of course. But we do pretty much anything. Well, we do pretty much anything. What time could you come in? Julius rested the phone between his head and shoulder, then took out a smartphone in his pocket to check the time. Wait, the Epi won, though. Hey! He did it, everybody. He shut down this nonsense. All right. Now we can all sleep soundly tonight. I'm not even kidding. This stream was pissing me off, dude. All right. Okay. Epi won, though. Yeah, of course. We pretty much do anything. What time can you... Oh, we already did that. Okay. Today, actually. Where are you located? DCHQ's on 1027 Streber Street. Zip code is 73011. Wow. Assuming the zip code, Jubs. How could you do that? I'm kidding. Okay.
When you said 25 pages, did you mean there's actually 25 pages?
Yeah.
I have an 18-page document.
Okay.
Because you've been reading some things that I do not have on my page.
Oh, Skype didn't... Okay, Skype didn't save it to the right folder. Hang on. Wait, how did I open it correctly then, but you didn't... Oh, I hate this stupid program, man. Alright. Here, take this one. Skype doesn't save it in the right folder. So the one I sent you must have been the one that he gave me the other day. Okay. Bop.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, there's no Skype command in chat. Okay. It's past a couple of buildings. Looks like an old bar, but you can't miss it. You got it on GPS, right? Yeah. Good, see you soon. Now, I had been curious about how this would work. Just like the DC with meeting or whatever, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking, in-universe, is it actually safe for the DC to give away their HQ, given the type of work they go into? Or maybe they would want to use a dummy location or something. But I'm just, I'm just pondering, because I know Jubs wants to invest all of his effort into the DC stuff, so, okay. They front as a PI agency, though. Oh, okay. That might be a good thing to illustrate somewhere. Maybe it's illustrated later. Good, see you soon. Julius pressed the button on the side, letting it pop up to end the call. Guess all I gotta do now is wait. Walking into the office is some loser. Now, Avu Unchu. Chu, bless you. A younger man wearing some dark teal overalls and a pair of goggles on his head. Could check the forums, boss. Taking a seat in the rolling chair by the desk, Avu opened the laptop he brought in with him with a DC request forum open. She mentioned slander, right? Check this out. Avu scrolled through, and after a few... Oh, clicks. Okay. Showed a thread with the title, I wish my friend would call you guys. The thread's opening post reads...
I have this friend. She's a sweetheart and an amazing artist. She's making her own game, too, with all of her OCs. She's hoping to really bring her story to life, but then someone we used to know actually stole her ideas, her characters, and tried to pass it all off as his own. Ever since she called him out, he's been hounding her nonstop. I want the DC to do something about this guy, but I don't know him as well as he does, or as she does, and I wish she would stop the whole morals thing. He's not going to stop. Karma's only making him angrier. Julius groaned. So, this is a betrayal. You think this friend is the girl making her way here? Avu scrolled through the forum thread, skimming through the posts. Maybe. I'm not quite sure yet. No names have been posted either, so it's hard to track down who she means, but not impossible. I just have to start with this user here and look around where they've been. Maybe they witnessed some of this insanity. For all I know, that could be a different case entirely. Let's wait till the client gets here. Julia stood up. Food's ready, a girl yelled out. prompting Avu and Julius to head out of the office and into the dining room. Hey, Clarissa, think you can make one more plate? We have a client on the way, Julius asked, taking his seat in the mahogany chair with the armrest located at the left side of the table, with Avu sitting in the next chair on the north side. I think I made enough for one more. What'd they say? A girl wearing a pink blazer and skirt long enough to go past her knees walked out from the kitchen, then past the bar and up to the table holding 2 plates of chicken curry, serving them to Julius and Vu. Her name is Clarissa Caracas, and she's a tailor and a seamstress.
Lose the exclamation.
She was kind of vague, only asked if we dealt with slander cases and all that, Julius answered. Think that sentence was unfinished. A vague client is certainly of no surprise.
Right. I just noticed it. I was reading the quote and I'm like, it seems fine. And then okay.
A vague client is certainly of no surprise, but I am curious of who she could be. A young white-haired man arrived to the table, along with a tall, dark-skinned man with a scar over his eye. The 2 men sat next to Avu in respective chairs. Yo, Kitano, Mario, how'd your jobs go? Julius waved at the 2.
Mine went well. Basically helped coach that team to victory. Just hope they keep winning, Mario answered, just as Clarissa served him and Kitano their plates. What about you, Kitano? What'd the mayor say? Mayor Duncan. No word on whether he'd be able to get us closer to working with the police, I'm afraid. But honestly, it's for the best, I feel. Kitano happily answered. Dude's ducking us with meager jobs, Julius pouted as he scarfed down his food. They do pay surprisingly well, and offer a chance to skirt the occasional property tax. Oh, I was hoping Clarissa would be the one to say that. Okay. Skirt the occasional property taxes, Kitano added. I know, but it's kind of a pain always skating on thin ice, dude. Oh well, not like we're short in connections. Julius sighs. Keeps us fed too, I guess. We made more money dabbling in real estate. Man, that was fun. Avu gave a thumbs up, grinning like a Cheshire Carnelia cat. If by fun, Julius used his fingers... If by fun... Okay. Julius used his fingers to make the quoting motion. You mean fight hordes of idiots because they're angry at us getting too rich? Then sure, my god, that was stupid. Cleo Freed! Oh wait, we gotta do it right. It's Cleo Freed! The disciplinary committee's ninja! Jumped up in her chair next to Julius and started scarfing her food down, surprising Julius a moment. And before he could even comment on her jumping to the table out of seemingly nowhere... Maybe add a verb here, she said, or something. Okay, so get this. You remember that lady who wanted us to... We should have had Steph to read Cleo's lines at like 100 words a second or something. Because I just imagine she would be speaking as fast as Steph, where Steph just goes out of control. And Okay, so get this. You remember that lady who wanted us to investigate her son for gambling, right? So I spent all day tailing the guy, waiting for anything to happen. I didn't think it would be possible to even want to gamble so much money away since he worked an ordinary convenience store job. But it turns out he was really trying to high roll it. Went all in at the Price Down Casino, too. Price Down? Ain't that a Macchio casino? Julius asked. Dude... Not just any. It's owned by Don's son, Paulina. Oh. Avu answered, then immediately pulled out his laptop, pulled up his financial records, and added, Yep, they made a heck of a profit selling the car for parts, looks like. They made a killing off that thing. Check it out. Oh, good grief. How are you always on top of this? Julius groaned, but looked at the numbers. Hey, never know when you might want to know, you know? Avu grinned, holding up his fingers in a peace sign. Wait, they didn't see you, did they? Clarissa asked, preparing the last plate of food as she overheard the conversation. Before Kate continues, I do think this is an interesting discussion point, because it's something that I've thought about myself. Okay, there's a lot of characters in the scene, right? And you have to wait until after the quote to know who's speaking. Typically, the way I would fix this is by having the character do some small, meager task or introducing before the quote. I'm just curious how other people who write in this stream feel about this. Because I'm not saying it as like, you need to change this. I'm just curious what you think about it. You know, is it like a thing that you have to wait until after the dialogue in a sea of characters to know who's speaking? Do you need like some type of intro Rainstorm would need to be less tired and less allergies to form a good answer. All right, screw it, Kate. So much
Yeah,
for that discussion.
I guess for me, I kind of mix it up a bit. Like I do it this way, but also sometimes have the character do an action before speaking or
Okay.
um, something like that.
Because I do remember other people had suggested during Destiny's Horizon where I would have a lot of dialogue, but then you would, 3 lines down, it was Christy or something. Where people are like, lead in to the dialogue sometimes. So yeah, okay, shifting about. Yeah,
Hmm.
all right.
Or sometimes, have like them say a little bit and then have the character like have them saying that and then do the rest of the dialogue after that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, just every once in a while, because you have like 5 or 6 different characters floating around, so.
Hmm. No way! I'm not stupid enough to try fighting the elite bounds, I think.
Bounds, yeah. This is stupid
Bounds
Teamudf lore stuff, don't worry about it.
by myself. But anyway, like I saw the guy get beat up by some goons here and he owed some money. So then he offered his mom's car keys as collateral and they took him and left him alone. Apparently owed well over 5K cashola to them.
Oh, I have another question. Cashola is the name of the currency in the Arpiga universe. Are we supposed to be capitalizing this?
Hmm.
Because, like, I think, when I think of how USD and stuff are abbreviated and whatever, euros, but I don't see currency written in context very often, so I just don't remember if you're supposed to capitalize this or not, because I don't know either, so.
I'm not totally sure. I think like because if a character like says something like dollars, then the D would be
Yeah,
lowercase.
because it's just generic cash talk, right? But since this is
Hmm.
the actual name of the currency, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about
I
that.
don't remember. Nobody uses money in, like... Okay, okay. Rain says currency names aren't capitalized. Carry on then,
Okay.
Kate.
Oh no, what did you do? Clarissa asked, sitting down at last next to Cleo. All I did was take some good pictures, deliver the scoop, and told the lady the whole story. She was devastated, obviously, but she understood why he was being sneaky with it. But offering the car as collateral is where she also drew the line. So, like, can't we just go kick their butts? Jules quickly stood up,
That's not
looking at
what
the
it says.
picture. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna censor things. I don't think that's a good idea. We shouldn't solve this with violence,
Oh.
Clarissa sighed. He made the mistake of owing so much money to them. But that dude's toast if no one helps him, right? Like, what would the lady think if those dudes kicked her door down, guns blazing, and gank her just to teach her a lesson or something? Actually, the car looked pretty fancy when he forked it over, so that was enough to pay the debt. But, well, the family is without a car due to his mistakes, Cleo answered quickly. I see. Julia sat down silently. Ugh, why did I even do that? Did he go home? Mario asked. Not on his own. He was out cold, so I brought him back home along with the evidence. The lady was so distraught, so I told her she didn't owe us anything. Cleo sighed, waving her fork around. Julia, scratching his head, added, Good. Last thing she needs is another debt over her head. Bloody hell. Well, yeah, sure, but she insisted she repay us somehow, so she's hoping to maybe make us dinner, I guess. Not too shabby a reward, Cleo reassured. Ding dong. The doorbell echoed through the refurbished bar, alerting the others at the table, with Clarissa being the one to get up and answer the door.
Hello? Clarissa peered through the peephole on the door, noticing a black-haired girl wearing a white and pink long-sleeve shirt at the door. Clarissa noticed the girl looking around nervously as she held onto her purse by the strap lightly. This is also a smaller thing, but you want to, like, put commas in between descriptors for the same item, but whatever, you're not, Okay. Is this the disciplinary committee office? 1027 Strieber, right? Oh, you're the client I heard about. Come in. Clarissa happily opened the door, letting the girl on through. Oh, join us at the table. We've got some delicious chicken curry. What's with you people in the chicken curry? Didn't Kate just have chicken curry?
I did.
Dang it. All right. You didn't really... I insist. We just want you to feel all nice and comfy. Clarissa let the girl in and directed her to the dinner table while she locked the door back. Okay. The girl muttered to herself as she looked at the other 5 people at the table. She noticed their smiles and was quite puzzled. A disciplinary committee. You guys aren't high schoolers? Is this a freaking anime reference, Jumps? Gah! Alright. No way. Why would we? Julius stopped himself inside. Right, the name. It was the boss who figured we'd be called that, Avu answered, smirking. I'm not your boss. Julius quickly chided Avu, then turned back to the client. And, well, it was anime influence. Well, son of a flid. Alright. I thought you guys would be more uptight about the rules, the girl said, taking a seat at the other end of the table with Clarissa quickly serving her a plate of food, yet still had a firm grip on her purse. Okay, wait. Taking a seat at the other end of the table with Clarissa quickly serving her a plate of food, yet still had a firm grasp on her purse strap. Alright, this is suggesting that Clarissa is the one with the purse, I think. Maybe just dump the last part there. No big deal, though. Nope, we're just a group who felt the need to break the chains of the current society one link at a time, Kitano explained as Clarissa was stealing purses. No, okay. Okay, you guys are just a bunch of anime fans trying to be heroes or something, the girl flatly asked.
I guess dinner's ready, so I'm gonna be
No! God dang it, I was looking for an excuse to get more water.
Oh my goodness.
No!
I'll be really quick, I hope.
Right. Julius sinks his head, tense, letting out a deep sigh here. Wow, she completely nailed our group boss. What are you gonna do? Avu asked with the weirdest grin, poking Julius. A groundbreaking discovery, if I may add, Kitano sarcastically added. We could get some costumes to make it real. Clarissa asked, beaming and bouncing. Staff! The staff! Let's get the staff, everybody! Add people to call. Oh god, I forget what you're... Oh, there you are. The staff! What the heck? Oh god. It's like, oh my goodness, what is going on? What is going on? What the flip? Oh no.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
Ugly mug.
oh.
There you go. Stupid Skype.
Okay.
But you know that apparently, because I use Logitech gear, and apparently there's some glitch where apparently with Skype, it's you know, it's kind of almost like when you inhale helium and your voice moves faster through helium than air. It's like some glitch makes your voice through Logitech get really like, yeah, Kate called it like kitten speak, like.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
And special guest. I have a document for you to download.
Oh yes. Let me get the thing complete. Yeah. Yes, don't ask me again, Skype, please. It's good. It's all good. I know.
Excellent.
Okay, so where are we now?
Once you get said document, you're going to want to go to the top of page 6, which reads, "We could get some costumes to make it real."
That sounds like a fun story prompt. But okay. Wait.
It has Cleo in it.
Wait, I'm looking at 6, but
Did I send the wrong?
Is this oh crap, Julius widened his eyes, then quickly putting on a professional front.
Okay, hang on. I hate this stupid program. Alright. Is this page 5? What the flip page is this? This should be page 6.
Hang on, let me... Costumes, okay, okay. Oh no, that was literally like the line before it on page 5 for me, so... Sorry.
Oh, okay. So you're there?
Wait. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I start on that with the costumes line.
Yeah, Kate and I were just exchanging pages, but I need to run and get some water really quick, so just take this one page for me.
Okay. Alright. We could get some costumes to make it real, Clarissa asked, beaming and bouncing. And had the cops actually shoot us for being vigilantes? We're already on thin ice on that front, Julius complained. The girl simply giggled, having eaten at least half of her food during the exchange. Oh crap, Julius widened his eyes, then quickly put on a professional front, asking, "So what's your request? Forgive us for ignoring you." "It's fine, you guys were having fun, but you're right about my request. You remember what I said on the phone, right?" The girl began clutching her shoulder pouch a bit tightly again. Slander, right? We do deal with that. Yeah, we need details and a bit of time to investigate the validity of it all, but yeah, Julius answered, folding his arms, then suddenly widened his eyes. Ah, crap! I almost forgot. Hold those thoughts. Julius briskly walked from the table to the office, digging in the desk to get out his trusty tape recorder, then brought it with him back to the table and prepared a new tape for it. All right, state your name, occupation, and your testimony. The girl pointed at the tape recorder. Isn't this something usually done in an interrogation? It's insurance. That and it kind of rubbed off from my old man on that front. Julius pressed the record button and beckoned the girl. Go on, tell us everything. Well, the girl took 2 deep breaths, then finally began after a moment of silence. My name is Anita Sonata, and I'm a Purdue University
God
student.
dang it.
What?
No, go ahead. I'm just...
Purdue University student majoring in graphic design. Me and a friend from another city over. We used to share a lot of ideas together. We worked on certain projects too. I'd even call him my best friend. I trusted him with everything. We had a solid friendship until one day I found out he had stolen assets from my major project that I was working on, especially the art I had drawn. He changed my characters' names and everything. So when it was so obviously my drawing, the girl's voice gradually began to rise in anger. So I confronted him about it, and of course he denied it. Then he started a witch hunt against me, saying I was victimizing him when he stole the art I worked so hard on passing it off as his own. That witch hunt part, Julius muttered. Yeah, he got some of my exes involved in this, and since then I've been staying at home, but I can't take it anymore. I'm done running away, but I also feel powerless. I didn't want my exes hunting me down for something I was framed for, Anita said, trying to keep from screaming in anger. He's even been coming to my house every now and again, trying to get me out of that room, but knowing what he really wants, and he keeps gaining my mom's trust. I can't. Jeez, what a scumbag. Did she ever get hurt? Cleo asked, clenching her fist. No, but the death threats I got on my art page didn't help me with wanting to get out of the house, Anita answered. I'm just keep reading. Okay.
Oh, okay. You can't have that.
Yeah, I'll do it for you because you guys have been doing the whole thing. Sorry.
I see something I'm going to want to flog Jubs for, but...
I think I know what it is, but anyway. Can I have your username in the art page you go on? Type it here. We need to see those comments. Avu slid the laptop across the table to Anita, making her look at him surprised after getting it. Are you sure you should be handing over your laptop so quickly? Anita asked. No, it's fine. I don't even have anything sensitive on there aside from some low-grade hacking tools. The good stuff's tucked away in one piece, Avu answered leisurely, missing an E. Ah, get it?
Wah,
Followed
wah.
by a synchronized groan heard in the room. Clarissa found herself holding back from laughing. Cleo, of course, snuck around the table to get a look at the screen of the laptop. Okay, here goes. And there. The girl logged in the information and handed the laptop back to Avu. Let's see what you got, Avu muttered, prompting others to take a look at the profile, seeing all sorts of anime art, even a nice profile. All right, looks like she hadn't posted anything new in 3 months. Let's see, Avu muttered to himself. Himself. As he scrolled through the page, went down to the comments, and after a few comments pointing on her absence, Avu whispered, Bingo! There they are, Cleo shouted. I wonder if they're the exes, Clarissa whispered. If she was shutting herself at home, then her former lovers probably live within the vicinity, Kitano said. All right, let's check those IP addresses, Avu said with a devilish grin. My favorite part of the job. Wait, you can do that? Anita asked.
What a cheap
Well, yeah.
state. No, okay.
Well, yeah, how else are we going to be able to track these guys down? Julius answered. Wait, what are you going to do to them? Anita stood up in a panic. Teach them a lesson? Question mark? Julius replied. You mean kill them? No, what made you think that? Cleo asked. Well, I heard a rumor that you guys... Well, Anita's words started to lower in tone. No way! Those rumors are super false. We're not the Band of Seven, Cleo quickly denied. Band of Seven, eh? Anita asked, puzzled. Never mind that, Julius waved off. Point is, we offer 2 plans when you come to us. Plan A is the simple task plan, which basically gets us to do a little bit of running around to accomplish some tasks, maybe a bit of detective work too, such as opening the mayor's pickle jar, Kitano smiled. That works, yes. Julius tried his best not to groan about it. Then there's the plan B, which is more or less a bounty job, a punishment job, or a monster hunt. Basically, it's the hands-on deal. Punishment job? Right, it can range from something as simple as beating him up or something more elaborate like a public humiliation or a guy getting arrested by taping their confession and handing it off. Just depends on the person, really. We have a variety of methods for dealing with bad guys. No matter how powerful they are, we just need the deets. Julius boasted. I see, Anita said. I just heard the rumor from some friends. They urged me to go to you guys, but when they added that you guys also kill, I didn't want to go. Julius walked up to the girl and crouched to her level, beckoning her to sit back down. I'm explaining in a calming tone. Hey, that's good. Listen, we're not murderers. Not usually. We don't use that as the go-to deal, and we don't even offer the plan unless the client proposes it first and backs it up with a mountain of evidence, and that requires an extra level of investigation. That's more reserved for someone like an active terrorist. Worst of the worst. We call that plan C, but otherwise we prefer not to get our hands dirty unless we know it'd make the world a better place without them. And besides, we wouldn't kill some 2-bit internet troll, but we can still initiate punishment time.
No, but they'll kill a trained mathematician, Blaine says, role-playing. No, okay.
The girl sighed in relief as Julius gave her a reassuring grin. We still need further information, miss, Kitano politely reminded. Your request will require some names, locations, and the like. Okay, I only have 2 exes, but they also have some friends of their own, Anita explained. Got any pictures of them? Leo asked. I deleted them off my phone a long time ago, but I might have some physical copies at my home. They're all con-related, though. So you don't live on campus? Mario asked. I used to before all of this happened, Anita answered, falling a bit silent, then gasped in surprise. Wait, there's probably something in my dorm. The friend in question, I can get a picture of him for sure. I have one of him in my dorm room. Woohoo! Where's the dorm and where's the dorm and room number? I'll have those pictures in a flash, Cleo boasted. Yeah. On Skype. Sorry. It's room 306, per duality, girls' dorm, Anita answered. All right, let me know what you find, Cleo, Maria, Abu, Kitano. Julius handed the tape use the tape recorder or tape that they record. I don't know. Okay, to them. Take care of this and watch the place while we're gone. Me and Clarissa will help get Anita further details at her place. Me? Well, yeah, we'll take you home and anywhere else you need to go. After, just point us in the right direction. We'll take care of the rest, Julius explained. Okay. Cleo briskly headed to the exit and jumped away, while Abu and Mario headed to the basement, taking the laptop and recorder with them. Yay, I get to have a shotgun for once, Clarissa playfully headed outside. Wait, seriously? Julie asked, taken aback, while following Clarissa with the client in tow. Not since we got the rover, Clarissa said. Cleo kept beating me to it. Right, Julius sighed.
Kate, we got the stuff.
Okay, I'll finish this and then you get whatever next page. Okay. Right, Julius sighed, heading outside into the waterfronts and glanced at the ocean a bit. This never gets old. Julius turned his attention to gray SUV in front of the garage. He pulled out a small remote to unlock the door, hopped inside, and pressed the button by the steering wheel to start the engine. He plugged in his MP3 player to the USB slot and turned on some music, but quickly lowered the volume. Clarissa, of course, was already waiting inside, with Anita taking a seat behind her. All right, what's the address? Julius drove the vehicle to the front of the bar, not knowing if he has to go right or left, which I think is another tense thingy.
The left. Let me send you the address. Anita quickly tapped away on her smartphone, then handed it to Clarissa, who looked at it briefly, then put it on the GPS. The vehicle briskly made its way onto the road, a couple spaces, heading towards the freeway as Julius followed the GPS directions being voiced out, while Clarissa turned the radio to 666.3, Dark Edge Radio.
Shut the flip.
Playing a song called Soul Free by a death metal band named Barbed Wire Shaver. Startling the client in the backseat. Oh, one of my favorite songs, Clarissa gleefully mentioned. Oh, joy, Julius sighed, but let the music play. Really? Anita asked. Yeah? Clarissa faced Anita with the utmost glee. Like, the song is so good. gets that Kokoro Doki Doki.
So and then there's like a freeze frame, and then you hear the announcer go, "Man, them Duke boys didn't realize what was coming up."
She's just being weird. I wouldn't pay much mind, Julia snarked. Meanie. Clarissa suddenly switched the radio to the USB mode and put on some cheerful pop rock music. You listen to Necronomicon? Anita gasped, grinning. Hey, Julius chided Clarissa. Only the cutest of their songs, too, Clarissa boasted, then shifted the music back to her death metal song. After a bit of time of Julius explaining away that what he listens to is high-quality music, the client basically piped up again. You said you aren't murderers, right? Julius sighed, unsurprised, but knew he had to answer. It's good business practice to actually be honest. At least it's his way of doing things.
I noticed you kind of shift between past and present for some reason. You want to stick to one.
Yeah, and it should probably be past tense because present tense is kind of.
I don't like writing in present tense. I'm sure it's possible, but I've never.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Never enjoyed it. Said Bryant. No.
Wow. Okay. You ever had a hole in your heart so big you felt desperate to close it by any means necessary? That doesn't. I'm getting to that. Julius interrupted, then continued. What if you were coming home to deliver some phenomenal news? You get in, and bam, your friends are dead, and the killer is right there, and lunges for you for some asinine reason. Would you stand there and do nothing, or would you stand and fight for your life, or the life of a friend? Pretty sure cops do it all the time, and for better or worse, get away with it all the time because of the dang badge. The average Joe who has to do it? Yeah, his life's liable to fall apart. You get your face on the news, 15 minutes of fame, and bam, you're left in limbo until the domino effect happens, because some family members ask those catch-22 questions. Would you consider someone who protected a friend a murderer? Do you consider the government murders for putting people on death row? What about law enforcement who have to shoot to kill? Murders become such an ugly, flexible thing, such is its nature.
And then Julius pulls out his conspiracy theory book and starts rolling. Okay, so now I'm confused because where you started was not a page break for me. So I guess just let me know where you're seeing page breaks.
Yeah, I think ours are kind of offset because I noticed, like in Word, it's different from like Google documents.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm looking at it in Word, so yeah, it's a little bit different than that.
Okay,
so, yeah.
All right. Is there a page break now?
Yeah.
Okay, cop.
I mean, I went like past it because the paragraph goes past it.
But... Okay. Clarissa shouted, making Julius tap out. Ring the bell. No, okay. Making Julius tap his brakes a bit on impulse. Dang, how fast was I going? You were going 80! Clarissa answered, sighing in relief. Crap, that was risky, Julius groaned. Julius groaned, checked the lanes, and followed the GPS instructions to take the next exit on the highway. Anita played the man's rant over and over, trying to decide how to respond. After several minutes, Julius parks in front of a home made of brown bricks and a white roof. Made of the white roof. After being alerted that she's at her home, she finally responded, Murder is still murder. It's what I believe, and I won't stain my hands. It's why I won't ask you to resort to lethal force, no matter how much that guy scares me. Julius paused for a moment and smiled. Alrighty then. You got nothing to worry about on that front. Besides, doesn't mean I can't have a little fun. Julius clapped his hands as if reminding himself. Right. Any parents or relatives at this house at this time? Oh, Mom's usually home at this hour. Gotcha. Let's see. Julius brought Clarissa close, and the two began whispering something out of earshot from the client. All she noticed were that the two were giggling like children about how to pull a prank, making Anita's face form a frown of worry. Should she be worried? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. After all, she's not used to the disciplinary committee's antics and how they do their jobs and knows nothing about how they truly operate, just bits and pieces through rumors and satisfied people on the forums and run-on sentences. Their methods already seem a bit unorthodox for a private investigation agency. Julius rang the doorbell and stepped back, waiting for a response. Anita, however, worried after seeing the two disciplinary committee members, I'll capitalize, I guess, whisper to each other, immediately ran up to the door in a panic, which swung open the second she got close. A slightly older woman was the one to answer her door and gave Anita a big hug. Honey, where have you been? Mom, the client was surprised but tried to hug her back, but because the woman had her arms wrapped around but tried to hug her back, but because the woman had her arms wrapped around her daughter so tightly. All right. But after a brief moment, she hugged her mom back. Okay.
That sentence needs some trimming, but we get it.
Where did you go? When you left this morning in such a hurry, I was worried. You've stayed in your room for so long, you nearly gave me a heart attack when you left without a word, the mother ranted. What about these two? Are they your friends from college? Anita looked back at the two grinning DC members, making a grimace. Are they grinning or grimacing then? No, I'm kidding. Okay. Sure. Absolutely, Miss Sonata. I'm Driver Negi. Julius introduced himself, then turned to Clarissa. And this is my buddy, City the Kitty. There are online handles. We met her online in a game we're having a total blast with.
That just reminded me of kind of a inappropriate meme. But anyway.
Well,
sorry.
We're all about the inappropriate memes in this story. No, okay. There are online handles. Turns out we so go to the same university too, Clarissa said with the utmost enthusiasm. Yeah, Anita forced herself to agree. I guess I'll pretend there's a page break here. Okay, there's now no longer a page break here. Wow, I didn't know you had other online friends. She rarely tells me about her online hobbies other than her art, Anita's mom sighed. Eh? Anita's face went blue all of a sudden. Ree! Oh, what do you mean, ma'am? Clarissa quickly piped up. She hasn't told you about Kellen? He's been over at our home a few times. He's been such a sweetheart. He's helped my little girl out so much. And when he told me how you'd shut yourself in your dorm, I was really, really worried, the mother exclaimed. After like 5,000 words, the mother exclaimed. Not gonna introduce me to your new friends, Nita? Another dark-skinned man with blonde hair stepped outside, looking at Julius and Clarissa inquisitively, then glanced at Anita, then back at Julius, then back at Clarissa. Then, oblivious to her mother, he shot her a very quick glare. Took you long enough to get you out of that room? Anita's hand gripped even tighter to her strap, as in title belt now, and she could only face down at the bricks beneath her feet. At that moment, Clarissa tapped out as well. What are these? These are all quitters jobs now. Okay. Clarissa tapped the side of her glasses as she focused her sight on a man named Kellen. What is this name, Kellen? All right.
Kellen Heller?
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I said it, and I'm eating my words. What's this about? A handshake. We're meeting for the first time, and I'm hoping we can really get along, because it's rare you get to meet online friends IRL! Isn't that right? Julius answered. I'm not interested. I don't even know you. Kellen forced a smile. Maybe not, but we both know Anita. Right? Julius retorted. We do, but I still owe you no handshake. Kellen bluntly refuted. Refused? I guess that works. He shot another fast glare at Anita, then back to her mother, then back to Anita, then back to... We should probably thank these two, though, for finding Anita, right? Let's have a bit of dinner. I think there's still some left. That's right. Meowth, that's right. We don't stand there, you three. Miss Sonata stood to the side, welcoming the guest and her daughter. Absolutely, I'm just dying to know Kelly a bit more, Julius agreed with a bit of glee. It's Kellen, the blonde man glared at Julius, who could only do all he can to hold off the laughter and the tense changes, while Clarissa helped Anita inside and held her close. Oh, seems like
his actual line break.
Yeah, here you go.
So the fact that she let us in without playing 20 questions means this lady might have poor judgment. But I have to wait and see. All I can say for sure is that I saw something very important from the get-go. Should have never been so obvious. Guess now would be what to do next, how to go about solving this. And this is the most Black James Bond line that I've heard in this entire fic so far. What is it? Oh, Battlegans. That's the other
Battlegans, yeah.
That's the other one.
It's gonna be
Oh,
the
gosh.
next great story, everybody.
Meanwhile, over at the Duality campus storms, and like, is that like the name? Because whenever I read that, I just think like chicken, because the
Well,
brand.
so my university is Purdue, and
Oh,
I made a quest called Purduality when I got mad at
okay.
Purdue, and then PDW was Purduality Wrestling or whatever the flip. So, yeah,
So I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
he's
Okay.
stealing this from my goofy lore.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. Chicken. Meanwhile, over there, Cleofrida, having changed into her ninja gear, was hanging upside down on a tree branch after arriving there. Looks like Julius and Clarissa just made contact with the target based on what I've been hearing. The target, isn't he supposed to be an online friend? He's not even a student here, right? Cleo complained, looking through her binoculars, scanning the floor through the windows. Nope, turns out he goes to another university at the Zoya region. But the ex-boyfriends definitely go to Purduality. I found the room. Going in. Don't get spotted. Cleo went right side up on the tree branch and leapt, missing an A, from it to another tree, and then to the roof of the dorm. Upon landing, she tapped her foot twice, then looked to the other side of the
More
building.
tapping out.
Noticed there were no parking spaces and nothing but bushes and trees. She swapped her current gloves with another pair, secreting a sticky substance. What? And she climbed down the wall missing a B anyway, down the wall like a spider, passing the first set of windows, then the second set, third set, there. And again, as far as ellipses in narrative, but whatever. She looked left and right, then after a mental count, went left too and arrived at the window. With a lockpick handy, she opened the window after a quick survey of the room.
Okay, but wait, the real question is, did she notice that the torches in the dorm were the same structure as the torches outside the campus?
Oh man, it sounds like an inside joke I missed.
Only 1 hour old, luckily.
uh, okay, you're looking for some photos buried away somewhere. Where would a girl bury pictures of her ex? Abu asked. Inside a nuke? Cleo answered. If you were a bit nicer? Abu asked. Cleo quickly went to the closet. Maybe. Oh, sorry, my mic is falling off. She swapped her gloves back to her normal pair and began searching around. Wonder one. Night vision. Oh yeah, you think you can deploy a probe in there? Abu requested. All right, I think I have one here. Cleo checked her hip, taking out a pen and clicked the top of it. She looked around the room and decided to just inject the carpet at the center of the room. I have a visual. Her eyes began glowing with a blue orange. She began her search through the neatly organized closet, opening boxes, putting them back the way they were. So far, no luck, but the last box, a lone brown box sealed shut with duct tape, was full of anime photos, confusing the ninja girl. Wait, they're all con-related. Con-related. Looks like it is a jackpot. Abu went silent, looking at the photos on his end. Check the back. Vincresticon, Purdualitycon, Runestone
What?
Con. This is all just cosplay.
Rootstone Con! Josh! Rootstone Con!
She's pretty popular. Popular or not, that witch hunt is legit from what Mario's been digging about. He's helped me to dig through the other sites, and she hasn't posted anywhere except for a lone chat room with her and a few remaining close friends. Too bad those close friends aren't from Purduality, Avu explained, then compared the photo Cleo sent to the one Clarissa just sent. Huh, no wonder I didn't see it. The dark-skinned guy didn't have the same hair color as the real deal, but their facial structure is the same. Even if I'd find it hard to toss out convicts. Cleo something. Cleo, hide. I'm seeing a heat signature at the door, Abu warned. Roommate? Cleo asked. It's a guy at the door. Cleo briskly scanned the room for hiding spots, but being a typical dorm room, there wasn't much of a place to hide. Realizing that the doorknob was turning, she ran into the closet briefly, pulled out a scroll from her coat, and made a quick ninja hand gesture to instantly change into her civilian outfit. Cleo stood still, hiding behind the hanging clothes as she listened to the somewhat heavy footsteps. No one's here? A disgruntled voice whispered. The footsteps were heard at various volumes, closer, further, then close, closer. The door to the closet swung open. Eventually, Cleo saw a pair of shoes, after a bit of rummaging. Damn, it's gone. I gotta let him know. Wait, maybe. The person walked close to Cleo's location and then whoosh quickly slid the hanging clothes to the left, but no one to be found. He then grabbed the hanger furthest to the right, and whoosh, still no one there. The lack of light
Is
inside
this
the
a Super
closet.
Mario RPG reference right here?
I did that. The lack of light inside the closet has proven to be quite the godsend. But it wasn't over yet. The man then stuck. Is that like home stuck? Then stuck. Then stuck his hands in the center of the hanging clothes and pulled them apart, still seeing no one. I've played that game. Show yourself. The voice grumbled, then began sliding the clothes one by one from left to right. But again, no person in sight. So they got away. I have to let him know. The footsteps briskly went away, and the door was closed. Cleo, stop him, Abu yelled. I know. The ninja stepped out of the closet, getting a glimpse of the face of the man that was just there a moment ago. The man was bald and wearing a black turtleneck. After a moment, Cleo got out of the room from the front door. She saw the same man going left from the room, heading straight for the elevator. She walked in the opposite direction, pulled out her phone, using it as a mirror to keep an eye on the man. Of course, by this point, he practically made a mad dash for the elevator. Cleo went for the stairs and jumped over the railing, grabbing each one to break her fall bit by bit, making it to the first floor in a matter of seconds. Once outside, she waited patiently for the guy to come out the other entrance running, and surely he did. He glanced around, not noticing anyone else, and sighed in relief. Before Cleo could make her move, she was touched on the shoulder and swung her arm in reflex, only to see it was just a security guard. What are you doing here? Who are you? The guard asked, but the small commotion made the bald head man run. Sorry, leave
It was
me.
Ara.
Cleo took off after the guy. Hey, the guard called out, but Cleo was already running as fast as an Olympic track runner. The ninja easily caught up to the taller guy, but he suddenly stopped and tried to strike with a clothesline maneuver, which was narrowly dodged with a slide underneath.
Now we're actually wrestling.
What was that for? Cleo demanded. Those photos! Give those photos back, the man demanded. Take him then, cue ball, Cleo taunted while secretly letting her right palm turn light blue, glowing with a flame-like aura. Cleo focused on the man's own aura, just seeing a very faint glow that just comes and goes. This'll be easy. The man, angered, turned around and tried to strike Cleo down, only for his face to be met with a swift blast of energy exploding in his face in the palm of Cleo's hand. The Wonder One Palm, an advanced technique taught to the dedicated students of Stonejo, a concentrated bit of energy focused into the palm and released a split second before the hand makes contact with the target, empowering a simple palm strike into the force of a bomb.
Alright, you people are driving me nuts. I know one of these words has an O in it instead of a freaking A. And all you people who never got Wonder One correctly are...
She immediately looked around, then picked the unconscious male up and whisked him away to the woods nearby. Now stop at the line break. Yeah, Cleo waved her right hand. Let's see. Cleo checked the man's pockets, grabbing his phone and noticing a text that had been sent a few minutes ago. They're on to us. We're in trouble. Crap, Cleo muttered under her breath.
Meanwhile, at DCHQ, Abu's sitting in a leather chair looking at one particular monitor, the one with the phone's text that Cleo was looking at. So he warned him after all. Kitano opened one of his eyes, smiling with intrigue. Ding dong. The doorbell rang, prompting Abu to pull up the front door's footage, showing a male wearing sunglasses and a turtleneck, with his hands in his pocket. Wow, who the heck uses the front door for an attack? Abu sighed. Not a lot of people would try the windows when there's a turret staring them down, Mario chuckled. Alright, rock, paper, scissors to see who takes care of it. Abu held out his fist. Sure, Kitano held out his fist as well. I'm game, Mario joined in. The three of them then motioned their hands, with Kitano getting scissors to Mario's paper to Abu's rock.
Oh, jobs. That's a low reference.
Looks like I'm up. Kitano headed up the stairs. He checked under his jacket, grabbing an object at least the size of a golf ball, but not quite round. It was comparable to a 12-sided die, with all its sides painted with hearts. Hey, try not to blow this place up, Abu ordered through Kitano's earpiece. Kitano answered the door, greeting the stranger with a bow and a smile like a butler. Hello, sir. How may I help you today? The stranger brandished a knife from out of his sleeve. I almost want to say keep the exclamation mark, but don't. By dying, the stranger swung his knife, making a vicious stab for the air. Kitano swiftly ducked, avoiding the attack, then stepped back to avoid another cut. I'm afraid that's not on our policy. We do, however. Kitano hopped over the bar to get some distance from the attacker and fully opened his eyes, observing his movements. Offer a chance to help people in any way we can. Perhaps your girlfriend cheated on you or lost your wallet.
It was an Invader Zim joke all along.
The stranger's attacks became more fast and wild, stabbing into the counter, jumping over and continuing to chase Kitano around, who continued to dodge the attacks, edging close to the office. Quite the tempers, sir, but I have just the perfect fragrance to cheer you up. A small click sounded.
That better not be a Flesh to Lord reference.
Oh gosh.
Gags.
A small click sounded just before Kitano tossed the 12-sided object at the man. Consider it on the house. Kitano immediately put on his mask before the object exploded, releasing a pink mist-like substance that quickly dissipated. Whoa, the man, for some reason, could barely stand up straight, fighting the urge to just relax. The new recipe is a lot more potent. Fantastic. Kitano muttered to himself as he guided the man to the bar and sat him on a stool. Thanks, the man sluggishly muttered. Glad you appreciate it, sir. Now, why don't you put the knife down right there on the counter? Kitano tapped on the table, to which the man complied almost without question. Good, good. So, we're offering 2 things for you. 1 is an opportunity to show you how to use that knife you tried to kill me with. 2 is a peaceful slumber. Which would you prefer? Kitano asked, picking up the knife and admiring it. The man had a grin on his face as he struggled to stay in his chair. Kitano ran to keep the man seated, then whispered, Looks like you want a good night's sleep, right? I'm supposed to kill you, I think. The stranger sluggishly said before being struck on the side of the head with a basketball. You weren't going to actually do option 1, right? Mario asked, catching the ball after it bounced off the guy's head. Kitano removed his mask. No, I was going to test my sleep bomb on him next. I haven't had the opportunity. Right. Mario grabbed some handcuffs from underneath the counter at the bar and put them on the unconscious
now
stranger.
The story's going somewhere.
Breaking and entering, attempting murder, all recorded. Cops are already on the way. Abu motioned over to the intercom. Hopefully Clarissa and the boss got this under control.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. Another one bites the dust, doop, doop, doop. Another one bites the dust. Julius bobbed his head left and right, tapping his fingers on the table and his foot dancing to the beat he'd been making. Anita's eyes turned to Julius, then to Kellen, then back to Julius, then before her sight went to the tiles beneath her feet. Clarissa had a small smile as she stared at the other parties at the table, noticing all this, and of course Kellen, who kept his eyes closed and arms folded, legs crossed. Julius, Kellen, Anita, Clarissa, Kitano, Avu, Mario, Blaine, Cleo, Carnelia, Locke, all of them sat at a rectangular family table made of a mahogany wood. Mahogany. The table itself had rounded corners that was big enough to keep 6 chairs at it, with one chair a tad more dusty than the rest. Miss Sonata was in the kitchen close by, next to an oven, whipping the batter inside a ceramic bowl, along with the ingredients to her recipe. While the mother moved along with the recipe, Anita stood up on impulse and ran upstairs. One word, I think. With Clarissa following quickly.
Unless you say up the stairs, but yeah, it's either upstairs 1 word or up the stairs 3 words, but...
Or it's teleported. The only ones left at the table were Julius, then the target in question, Kellen, in case you forgot what his name was. A huge grin grew on Julius's face, unnerving the blonde, dark-skinned man. So, Driver Negi. Also, you can't fool me, Jubs. This was supposed to be Naegi from freaking Danganronpa. I see through you.
I thought it was that other, what is it, Negi, anime Harry Potter thing. I don't know, whatever that was.
Oh, jeez. No one in their right mind would introduce themselves to someone's parents with an online handle. Oh, but I thought it was pretty famous, just like you, for your actions. Oh, what are you famous for? I think I'm famous for solving problems. Mundane problems, major problems, people problems, but not math problems.
That
You have to understand, Anita hasn't had friends other than me and a few others I know. All her friends are quite scattered across the continent, even overseas. I'm the only local one left, Kellen explained, his leg constantly moving. Local guy, great. So, tell me your history. Talk to me, buddy. Julius clasped his hands together and resting his head on his hands. I have no need to tell you anything. Kellen prepared to stand. Oi, I think you do. It'll help me figure something out. Julius never took his eyes off the target. He felt he had to know his side of things. It's just how he rolls. He takes a penny out of his pocket, flips it up with his thumb, and for a brief second, the penny seems to float in midair with a small flow of electricity coming from it. Julius caught the penny, reaching straight forward, almost as if he were throwing a punch. Penny through your thoughts.
again, ixnay on as intense prey.
Here, I can continue. I just need a drink.
Yeah.
Why do you have to come now? Anita screamed into her pillow. Clarissa walked into Anita's room just as the house phone was ringing, finding her kicking about in her bed and hitting her head against the pillow. Holy flid! The legs. What? So the house phone is finding her kicking rather. Okay. The second Anita heard footsteps, she quickly
Dangling
tossed.
participles are those are pretty advanced study. I mean, even I occasionally mess up with that. So I mean, that's tough. So.
The second Anita heard footsteps, she quickly tossed that same pillow. Go away. Clarissa walked in only for the pillow coming her way to hit an invisible wall in front of Clarissa's face, making a very faint mist-like substance that dissipated as quickly as it appeared. Lock the door now, Anita ordered, to which Clarissa immediately complied. With a sigh of relief, Clarissa slowly approached Anita. Anita? Sorry. Wait, Clarissa noticed that... We did it, everybody.
It's technically correct, but yeah.
It never sounds good, though. That question was probably coming up next. Don't worry about it. I blocked it, Clarissa deflected. But more importantly, why? Because he's here. Every time he was here before, I'd be in my room locked in here, and he's been trying to earn my mom's trust so she'd open my door and he'd be able to get in here. Well, this suddenly sounds very creepy. Why is he going so far? Just for some art he claimed as his own. Because Kellen and I were making a game together using my art as the game's assets. It started as a small game, but as time passed I wasn't satisfied with the simple character designs, so I changed them again and again. Kellen was writing a big chunk of the script as I directed it. Anita buried her face against her knees. Oh.
This is so like reality writes the plot. Pretty, I huge vibes, but yeah. I mean, I guess that's the point. But.
Yeah. A vision? Clarissa asked for clarification. A vision that's been growing bigger and bigger. I feel like this is happening because I had ambition for something big, something great. The world I envisioned, the characters I drew. I'm sure he's grown so frustrated with me because my ambition shined too bright. Sometimes I wonder if my ideas got out of control.
No, all I can think of is that terrible Retsu Parade Flash game.
I don't know, Clarissa smiled, but if we don't do anything when we have the power to do so, it'll just make us feel bad. I don't like feeling bad. Anita noticed Clarissa's hands trembling as she kept her polite posture. She wondered if her smile was faked, but surely that would be easy to tell, right? It's fine, like I said. If we can get better, we have to get better. Especially if we have the ability to do it. Don't worry about that meanie down there. I guess I can do one more. The phone echoed from the living room, grabbing Miss Sonata's attention. She briskly went into the living room, answering her cordless phone, greeting the person on the other end with happiness and familiarity.
Okay.
All right. Afterward,
sounds like something you'd see in English on some instructions on something from like Japan or China. Much happiness and familiarity. Sorry.
Afterward, Miss Sonata is briskly heading towards the exit, turns to Kellen. Watch the house while I'm gone. I'm going to meet my husband. Sure, Kellen narrowed his eyes, focusing on the man across from him, noticing a grin forming on his face. You sly dog, you got her trusting you hook, line, and sinker, Julius laughed out loud, then widened his eyes. her husband doesn't usually call at this hour, yet alone want to meet. What did you do? Oh, I pulled a string or two. Let's not sweat the deets, yeah? Julius told Kellen.
I was still at DCHQ, overheard Julius. Right, detail, sweating my butt. I had to get a lot of info on that man's job and then call that guy's boss to let him off early. So I had to ensure there was at least time for a date. Do you have any idea how insane that is? Yeah, okay, damn it. Like I said, dates, Julius reiterated and pointed a finger at Kellen. You already know who we are, the way you're acting, but now your meal ticket's gone. This is where the fun would usually begin. Usually? Kellen asked, his fist glowing with a bright light. Right, usually, but Anita's scared of you. You're pissed off at her for some reason. Yeah, as I asked earlier, a penny for your thoughts. Excuse me. Kellen's hand, the glow it emitted, slowly faded, but not fully. He took a deep breath and explained that he and Anita were working on a game together. She was unmotivated and didn't do her part, Kellen piped up. Unmotivated, huh? Julius moved the coin in his left hand between his fingers while his head rested on his right hand. And she was lazy. How? What were her roles? She was the concept artist, sprite artist, Kellen answered with a groan. Art. So y'all were making a game, right? Julius asked. Her art page, though. The art posting stopped at the time she specified. Checking the timestamps, it corroborates. I think that's not spelled right, but okay. Corroborates the story, but I wonder. That's right. Her job was to make art, but she changed the designs again and again. Oh, is that so? Julius spun the coin on the table, with sparks of electricity surrounding the coin. All right, so let's get to the point. Why are you doing this? I've no need to tell you. And you're right. You don't gotta tell me a thing. But if you want to sway me, it'd be in your best interest to talk. Just put the ball to my court, and I'll decide whether to go for broke or pass it back. It really is your call, dude. Kellen hammered his fist into the table. Because she called you with her sob story. She left at the part where her friends were just as much against me, didn't she? Oh, friends. Well, I do think she left that part out. She mentioned ex-boyfriends and stuff. You starting a witch hunt. Lies! I've done no such thing. All I did was try to continue the project without her. ... Julius's smile for a split second became maniacal. What? Julius wagged his finger at Kellen, walking closer to him, making him back away slowly. I see. Continuing the project. I see. What you said was very important. What's wrong with wanting to finish what was started? Did she give you permission? Yeah, she did. Can you prove without a doubt that she gave you permission? Surely you didn't send some idiots to attack my friend, right? You should have just kept your cool. Instead, you got desperate when Anita went outside the box. You glared at her the moment you saw us. You couldn't contain the anger, yeah? I know what you mean. It's tough to deal with at times. People get under your skin. You're told to just get over it when you just can't. No one understands, is that right? Julius, with lightning speed, wrapped his arm around the unnerved suspect's neck in a brotherly fashion. Well, let me tell ya, the only way you're getting past this is if you just talk this out instead of playing the sneaky game. Go ahead and start screaming at each other for all I care, but afterward, let's determine your punishment, yeah? Pretty sure your friends were already thrown down like face downs. So just cooperate and talk. I'll even referee. Actually, crap, forgot to bring my referee shirt. Oi, Rissy. Julius brought Kellen up the stairs and into the room with Clarissa and Anita. Why did you? So you two can finally talk. The more I hear this guy's story, the more ridiculous it sounds. It's becoming a he said, she said because y'all decided to play hot potato under the table. Julius grabbed the chair at the computer desk and sat Kellen down on it. Anyway, Rissy, listen, brought him up here because we gotta referee this whole thing. Make sure nothing goes crazy. She's still terrified of him. Was this even the right choice? Clarissa whispered. Yeah, I think so. Trust in the gut this time, Julius replied. Then quickly sat down on the floor in the middle of the room, Indian style. Ready when you guys are. Do I gotta go ding, ding, ding?
Yes, you do, said Blaine, bursting into the room with a malice so strong that it was impossible to even fathom another chicken pot pie that could possibly do this thing here, right now, right here, right now.
Oh, yes, Rain, for the win, that reference.
Alright, so the dialogue and interactions are very good. This is, I think Rain said it best when he said this reads like a good fan fiction. I personally think this reads like a story that has like a ton of caffeine invested into it. It's like it's very high energy, which is the style he's going for. So I think that works. The structure is there's like barely any structure.
Yeah, it's unconventional, but like literally, I mean, cliches or unconventionality. I mean, anything can be done. I mean, sometimes you really have to be, good at something before you can kind of try to do that. But I mean, anything can be done well.
Yeah, he certainly has perfected the tone he's going for. It's just that the actual like grammar and things would need to be fixed. That this was actually going to be published somewhere for a story that's just like we're screwing around in a universe where our characters are present. I think this does exactly what it wants to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, again, just definitely emphasis on keep your tense consistent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we are time traveling a lot in this story for sure. But
okay,
this is written like how I would expect to see, a fan fiction with anime pretenses or whatever. So sure.
Yeah.
And he's very genuinely funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now Rain pointed this out earlier. There are a lot of in jokes.
Yeah.
So that does shut off the people who have no idea what any of this stuff is. But for being part of the in jokes, everything is executed quite well.
And I think there's no better lead into that than we were discussing the other day how one of the bigger in joke horrible stories has kind of faded from memories like a literal Legend of Zelda. So we're gonna maybe do a highlight reel of that one again for all the noobs. Which we should do. I still have all the freaking scan pages.
Oh my goodness. I think Team deleted them every time we read a page, deleted them or something.
Yeah.
Oh
well,
yeah.
But I think that needs refreshing. And then I wanted to, I feel bad because I wanted to do my thing again with the Yandere Fairy Girl.
God dang it. Anyone else have any writing advice for Jubs here, since we're still technically in the episode?
Sorry. Just again, keep your tense consistent, and like I know there's spell checker, but sometimes spell checker, like it's just gonna suggest suggest the word that it thinks your spelling is closest to, which may not be the one you want, just the one that's closest that word can gauge, which will be a word, but it might not be the word you want. So you kind of got to go through it and make sure, your plurals or spellings, A's, O's, just,
make sure to finish sentences.
Yeah. But again, I mean, I've even done that before. It's kind of nuts how sometimes, like, you're just typing away and like you'll look at it and your brain will just fill in complete words like like said or shouted or and then too, like, you got to be careful if you write a sentence one way and then you decide to fix it, but make sure that first sentence is completely backspaced, because then you might have like a some kind of mutant hybrid sentence with too many arms in it because you were trying to tweak that. So just be careful with that. But yeah.
I also agree with the thing that TS suggested here, like frown of worry. We already know like that a frown is a negative emotion. So depending on what you're doing, it could be redundant to say frown of worry.
But I mean, I think like very, very technically, like if you wanted to still use that kind of term, that word, you could say like worried frowned, which would still be redundant. But again, it wouldn't sound like a Zelda title.
The Legend of Zelda and the Frown of Worry.
What else was gonna add? Another suggestion. Crap, I forgot what it was. Shit. Anyway, yeah, that's,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa, whoa, whoa. Excellent.
yes, yeah, this is good. I'm jealous of everybody's originality. I has no originality. I suck.
Oh, we've
You
read
don't suck.
some
You're
nifty
amazing
things
at
of yours on here.
parodies.
Honestly, one of the things of yours, Steph, that's one of my favorite things is your idea of how the Toon world or whatever is just a
Yeah,
bunch of acting and that the
yeah.
characters have like a life that they live outside of that. I've actually considered drafts of Kylo that use that very idea where people go around and like role play the idea of the duels and try to sell their like tapes and stuff to an audience, but then they go in and have like their own little lives and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, just Two Frame Roger Rabbit, man, such a classic. Um, again, that's kind of a good setup for reading that other. You say that's the good version, and then there's the bad version, and there's the really terrible bad version of that. But I think we need to. I need a refresher on that. But again, we could maybe do like a highlight reels and stuff, and it's incredibly long. But although it really, again, the whole thing is just really something. Like it's like one of those things you would never believe it. Things that are said there and stuff unless you read it. But I don't know. But shoot, anyway, me. Was there anybody else have any other thing else for like the showcase specifically, or what is it?
The showcase. I was almost interested in reading something that I wrote today because the power was out for like 3 hours, not 4 hours. And so because I woke up and the freaking power was flickering on and off, and then like just as I decided to actually get up, then it decided it was just gonna outright die.
Oh, yeah,
And then I was like, well, at least my laptop was charged today. So I
yeah.
opened ye old Word and I decided to write things.
Well, how long is it? How much did you write?
It's only 1,500 words.
Okay. Well, sure. Why not?
Hooray. Let's see, but first, Jubbs wants to say he wanted to talk about the ending, which basically would have been resolving the case. Then Jules and Clarissa are in the car, and they see a bunch of police cars passing them by. Then Jules hears the radio. The news about Cypher Island is playing on the radio, and he's basically thinking about, it's been a while since we dealt with real terrorists. Okay, so this is supposed to be like a prequel to the original season 2 of Arpaga, because the thing that Jubbs is talking about are the events at the end of season 1 Arpaga, where
Okay.
Gunnarsson tricks Blaine into showing up at the Tower of Ciphers. And okay, all right.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna upload the thing and share it just because I feel like doing that, even if we don't get to it today. Hang
Okay.
on. Where was it?
BRB.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, right. This is pictures. Oh boy. Okay, so.
That's a good. But yeah, everybody who submitted a writing project for the showcase, yeah, you guys have a lot of nifty ideas and everything. Some of you are more interested in your characters, some of you are more interested in your world, some of you are trying to get a mix of both in there because you like care about them both. It's just nifty to see what everyone considers, important when they're writing, because it really does show that a lot of it is just completely subjective nonsense.
Yeah.
But
And that can be hard because inside jokes or whatever, or even just a humor style, like because comedy it can be so subjective, depending on, if you're good with like more, if you can tolerate higher volumes of like toilet humor, like dark humor, I mean, it's actually quite it's quite complex. But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was the other thing that was nice to see is there's a variety of just themes that are going on here too. Like Jubbs kind of had the more comedic, lighthearted side to things, but there's still business going on. TS has like the mystical but serious feel. Kylo's all over the place. Tor's just had like straight military, we've got to get down to business sort of thing.
Yeah.
Dark Forehead gods. No, okay. All right. is a god. Isabel. All right. So I guess let's wrap up this episode by reading this thing. I'm not even terribly sure what this will be. This might be like an intro to the story. I might stick this somewhere else. I'm not sure yet. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
The Kate. The Kate. Okay. All right. I mean, it's written like an intro, but I just have no idea if this will be the intro. I felt like getting something done. But yeah, no trouble, Jubs. No
was
trouble.
good.
It was fun.
Yes.
Will there be an episode 5? I don't think I need an episode 5 to the showcase. I'm pretty sure we can wrap it up with this one. Unless Kate ends up doing the Undertale thing, which I don't know when that would be, then I might have to like make an addendum to the series and throw in a 5 or something. I think there might be a couple more stories we didn't get to as well, though I don't know how serious of a submission they were. Some of them were just kind of like, if you need things for the showcase here. So, like, we can take some inventory on what still remains or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, Jubs, if you made all your DC Adventures things about that size with, like, maybe a page or two more to write the finish and everything, I don't know, you could... It seems like it'd be decently paced enough.
Yeah. Flow can be, I mean, that's really, I think, one of the more important things, like character and dialogue and stuff. Like either, the story doesn't really have a good flow, good pacing. It even if it's written well, otherwise it can be kind of, but you got that down. It's good.
Yeah, like, I almost could have agreed with Rain that a couple things might have gone on a little too long, but I feel like for what the characters are trying to do, you almost need these silly quips and derailments and things to make them work.
Yeah, the atmosphere, for sure.
So here, I think, is a case where derailing and screwing up the pacing actually kind of worked to Jubs' benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can, yeah, like it, and yeah, like that's, what is it? Like, I don't know if that qualifies. I don't know if this exactly like stylistic suck, but like intentionally doing, I mean, it's almost like trophic, like where you're intentionally doing something that's normally bad, but it's good because you're aware enough to make it like a good bad thing funny intentionally.
Turning a weakness into a strength or something like that. Yeah.
But it just made me think again about like something, sometimes I've rewritten some stuff, and it's kind of funny that, if you start out with something that's written terribly, in order to stay in character, you actually have to write bad, so it's in the original canon character, but you're trying to make it better. Oh gosh, yeah.
Steph is a master of this.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if you want to read the. Well, actually, I think I brought that up before my technically rewrite, but people would have to watch the movie first, and I don't think.
You want them to suffer?
No, I mean, you can watch like a Mr. Enter's review or something, or just I don't know. But anyway, I'm uploading the thing, and again, obviously, you won't do it this time, but for next time, I will link you all the thing. This sacred dark magic text that is like Fletcher White's blood and ink.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which Steph paid for.
Yes,
Yeah.
which Steph was the only customer for.
30, I mean, okay, so it's not like $100, but like 30 bucks is still a lot. Like, you can fill up a tank with that much.
Remember, everybody, you too can write total garbage and still earn $30.
Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, and I was thinking too, because you could play all those little, the little RPG custom scenes you made with that.
Oh, yeah. I don't think all of them are in the game, but I think I still have all the clips.
Yeah.
Especially the one where Evan just decides he's going to fall asleep or, like, leave the stream in the middle of the clip. God dang it, Evan.
Well, it can't be any worse than the time Gina fell asleep during Magic Crusade.
Well, that's true. Oh yeah, Nightmare's level 1 and Zoria's CC build. Alright, it does look like there has to be an episode 5 at some point. And I guess we can let Kate do the Undertale thing during said episode 5, whenever that'll be.
Okay, I'll give me more time to practice because
Okay.
I wasn't practicing for the last few days.
Okay. Yeah, geez, because freaking Nightmare's level 1 here, the legend of this 5-year level 1, so we gotta make sure we freaking play this thing so it can finally be seen. I completely forgot about that, yeah. Project's book opening. I thought we did something of projects. No, we did the game. Okay, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Arceus had his plays that he posted. And yeah, so again, how the Undertale thing is going to work, since Mega X is now in the stream, is Kate believes that I will be spoiled on Undertale game mechanics if I were to play this. So we are going to desperately attempt to capture footage of this by, like, some sort of screen share on Skype or Discord or whatever, and Kate is going to play the game for you guys while I just generally look away and try not to get spoiled.
Wait.
I also think that he might not survive long enough to actually show anything.
Okay. Kate does not trust her skill in this game, apparently, whatever it is. So.
Wait. You were gonna play Undertale, but then an
There's
Undertale like
there's a mod,
okay,
yeah.
fine. Oh, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate streams on Twitch and team commentates on the world title match. That's right, the Epi and Vitreous rematch you've all been waiting for. Alright, I am going to read this goofy thing so we can end the episode, and then we can spend the rest of the stream doing whatever the heck.
Yes.
Alright. Okay. So again, I don't know what this is. This could end up being the intro, this could just end up being a waste of time, but I needed something to do today as the power's out, so I was writing. Here we go.
Well, hey, I mean, yeah, you start with something you don't necessarily know where it's gonna go. It's like I say, like a lot of people, I'm not trying to eat up time, but I'm just saying that, like I say, some people like think they have to have an ending or they have to have a really planned out story down to a lot of details when they write, and I'm like, me personally, like I said, a story is kind of like running a race. Like you start out, you don't know how it's gonna end. You just keep going. And then, when you get toward the end, then you see the finish line. You're like, oh, that's how it's going to end, And I think it helps with, if the story is kind of a living, breathing thing, like you write a bit and then you go out and you do a thing and then that inspires you and you put that in there and then this happens and that happens and you talk with this person and get this idea just to make it, very organic and lively and stuff. So, don't worry about trying to have it so pinpointed out at this point, just see where it goes.
I agree. Thanks for watching, everyone. No, okay. Right.
Sorry.
All right, here we go. Indomitable gusts commanded the airways that separated residents' outer islands, opening adventure to any sailor daring to whip through the new era's wide heavens. Painted with a bucket of blue and splotches of white, the western continent's skies were known for remaining peaceful nearly all year. Only the occasional sprinkle dimmed them. Today, though, strands of brown dashed through the winds as Ethan Coolidge stood atop his parents' old airship and navigated the labyrinth of the West Unknown. Notepad in hand and compass lazily twirling to the tunes of his moves, the recent high school graduate found his first official trip as a spotter, relaxing enough to lean into the wheel and let the wind guide his scavenging. Swift strokes of the pen left marks about the various landmarks he was passing, including some measurements on an island's positional change from the last time his father had visited it. All along, the words Ethan heard from his father were finally leaving their impression on him. Give the world a moment and it will give one back. He never had time to try it in high school, but gave it a shot now. Ethan chose a small alcove at the edge of a crescent-shaped island to set anchor after his job. Collections of clouds shifted above and below him, and a flock of birds danced between the floating rocks until they were out of view. Leaving behind all the distracting thoughts was a harder task than he could handle, though, the creeping deadline for his latest escapade closing in. Maybe I'll try again later, Ethan uttered to himself. Nature dissipated from his soul, and the taunt of real life grabbed at him by the time he was airborne again, his ship drifting toward Maple Ridge. One eye on his front and the other on his watch, Ethan did everything he could to avoid thinking about the thumping in his heart as 9 a.m. approached. Maple Ridge's two pillar-like mountains were covered from head to toe with layers of buildings and twice as many frolicking children climbing about with no cares to bind them. Snickering at the thought of reminiscing at the age of 18, Ethan landed at a dock on the left pillar and made his way to the bridge connecting the two pieces of the vertical city. Markets took over Maple Ridge each Thursday morning, vendors doing anything they could to grab the attention of the many sky drifters who would stay in the city over the upcoming weekend. Since only residents could dock on the main pillar, it was impossible for the travelers to escape being bombarded by deals for elegant outfits, jewelry, and pottery. Just sneak through Croc Pass, Ethan's father would remind him each week. He usually did. Nothing interested him anyway. This week, everything was typical, right up until he passed her. Gaps between the endless chasms of the West had nothing on the wide smile that awaited him. A petite but athletic body went with a violet jacket and boots to complement her pink skirt. Long, fair locks wrapped behind her flapped with each step. Also the eyes. Ethan had forgotten that her eyes matched his with the inviting tint of the heavens. He was in love all over again. Elena Bell, he immediately recognized. Certain he'd seen the last of her after graduation, he was frozen in his place as soon as she had him tied down with a simple, innocent glance. Being a flower on the wall had its benefits, like being able to crush without most people calling him out on it. On the other hand, it had its downsides. "Oh, you're Pie's friend, right?" Elena said, immediately bringing the latter to light. Taking the question as the least humiliating outcome on his mind, Ethan stammered, "Yeah, Ethan." He reached out for a handshake, instant regret filling his soul. "You graduated at the top of our class, right?" He grimaced as he could hear his father and past friends screaming at him in his head, forcing him to fix the greeting. "It's great to see you again, Elena." At least she hadn't hidden away the friendliest beam in the continent. Yet. "Are you going to Maple Ridge too?" "Eh?" That one caught him off guard until he glanced to the top of the right pillar. Normally, an old temple with several turrets and gardens didn't stand out, but it garnered its reputation from also being a school. "Oh, Maple Ridge University." Unfortunately, he had to shake his head in defeat. "No, I'm actually taking over my family's spotting business." Somehow, she hadn't abandoned the conversation right there. "Spotting?" "Yeah, you go around different islands and mark whether they've moved. Sometimes people want information on any old era ruins, mostly for old artifacts and stuff." He reached behind his head, a nervous fit of laughter overtaking him as he found it hard to hold eye contact for an extended period. "I guess it's like a treasure hunt, except there's usually not a lot to find unless the place has been excavated. It sounded sillier the more he described it, but somehow Elena still seemed entertained by the idea. "Do you do the excavating?" "Huh?" He paused. "Oh, not really. I can explore the islands, but if it's digging, you need special equipment." His tone sank. "And a license." Elena pondered it for a few seconds, waving a pointer finger as she remembered, "Oh, I think there's a certification like that at Maple Ridge. A sky digger's license or something, right?" He nodded. "Actually, yeah, that's the one." Although now he had no excuse for why he hadn't pursued one. Changing the subject seemed best. "So what are you studying?" Instantly, the heavens became the second brightest thing in the world as her explanation came with the speed of the wind. "I'm doing a double major in agriculture and elementary education. I want to visit the outer islands so I can help develop water and crop systems for the villages out there." She twirled a hand as she spoke. "But I should also be able to help them learn basic math and stuff while I'm there so the children can understand how to work the irrigation and harvest the crops while the parents go to work." Ethan was blown away. "The outer islands?" "Uh-huh." She sounded surer of it than anything. "I really want to help make a difference and let their communities grow as much as ours have." Countless times Ethan could recall news stories of the Sunset government denying support to smaller villages and islands just outside their territory. Since the outer islands weren't typically part of any major floating continent, they were technically part of any major floating continent, they were typically ignored in the grander schemes of authority. Still astounded, all Ethan could sneak out was, "I see." Elena slouched. "It's going to take a lot of hard work." It was almost a direct challenge as her posture sprang back to its perfect stance. "But I know we can do it." She blinked twice, sticking out her tongue and grappling her forehead. "Sorry, I got carried away. I didn't mean you had to." He accidentally cut her off with a snicker. "No, I got it. You're fine." As the talk went on, he'd been more and more inclined to just ask her out, but there was no timely break to move the subject that way. At some point, he folded and was just thankful she even chatted with him this much. They hadn't hung out in high school much, and it was only a couple months since graduation, yet she was treating it like they were old friends who hadn't seen each other in years. It put him at ease all the way until he stole a glance at the big clock at the end of the bridge, just after 9:25. His soul went pale. What? He hollered in his mind. It's been almost 25 minutes? He went through the mental check. They'd gone through their future plans, past moments from school, other favorite teacher stories, and Elena was inching the conversation toward the dorm she was planning to stay in. However, once Ethan's ghostly thoughts had eaten away at him enough, Elena noticed a slump in his expression. Is everything okay? She asked, slowly tilting her head to where he was looking. Oh my goodness, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I? Barrages of mixed signals came at him from his head, insisting he wasn't upset with her versus the consequences of his tardiness. As much as he hated it, he found himself stepping away from the conversation. Ethan again deemed, no, you're fine. He opted for a white lie as the panic nested. I've still got a few minutes, but I actually need to be somewhere. Oh, no worries. The wave she gave him mimicked the movements of a goddess. It was nice seeing you again. Good luck. Yeah, you too. The moment he turned around, he realized he was an idiot. He hadn't asked her out, much less to lunch or another conversation. They hadn't exchanged numbers, no chat site usernames, no guarantee of a second meeting, not a thing. And that's it. That'd be all.
Nice.
Aw.
That'd be it. That's how far I got before the power came on.
It was good.
Hmm.
So he's going to be heading toward... This draft is going to bring back a character called Jasper Rex. How I'm having this work is that the diggers report their information to, like, some information broker or whatever, but this particular guy is really quirky, and he only is going to pay Ethan if the information's on time. So Ethan spills all the information that he recorded or whatever, and the guy is basically a douche. And he's like, yeah, but you were late, so I'm not paying for this worthless garbage. And then he's going to go ahead and use it anyway to, like, spit in Ethan's face. And so this is Ethan being like, well, damn, because my family, like, needs that money. And so this will, like, I don't know, this might drag us into, like, here's a very small Dokaido tournament or whatever where there's money on the line when you need to learn how to play the game. And then here's Pi. You run into Pi for the first time, and he knows how to play the game, but so does Elena. So now you can hang out with Elena, but Elena needs the money so that she can go teach irrigation or whatever. So now there's conflict between both of the characters needing something from this thing. And then there's going to be some shenanigans with battling Jasper Rex and the information brokers as well. Because, I don't know, I figured Ethan would get pretty pissed off that someone's using his information even though they didn't pay him for it. So then he decides to frequent one of the ruins himself anyway, and that can maybe have some plot related, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good start, and again, like with Jobs, although not to quite a Excel saga style crazy extent, but yeah, no, it's got a really good flow, and you can really get into the emotions and the characters and the world too. Like I think a couple of people said the world is very nicely put.
Yeah, I do like the detail in the world I used here. In the past versions, people have liked it, but you don't really learn anything.
Mm.
You just kind of know who the characters are, but you don't really know anything about how the world runs. So here I've been trying to just be like, screw it. I want people to know about this world, so I'm going to tell you about this freaking world.
Well, I forget whose pick was it the other day where it was like, the meeting of is Lord of the Rings ish with everybody, and like they were trying to do a lot of world building, but it was almost like a little bit too much for the scene at hand.
It was
Oh,
Torch,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, the stuff with the military or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that was Torge's. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Torges. Yeah.
You could tell that Torge really put a lot into it, but
No, I mean, and the world building is, it's not easy. If it was easy, like everybody and their brother would do it, but it's not, and I mean, like writing in general, again, like I said, like, it's like kind of like, you can read about how to do a thing, make a sandwich, change a tire, but there is this kind of feel experience-ness to it where, even if you understand all the things in grammar and pacing and everything, but it's still not doing the thing. You still don't get that feel of like, actually changing the tire, or actually making the sandwich, or actually writing the thing. It gets to a point where it's kind of like, what TV tropes calls it, like, don't think, feel, like, and that can be tough. But, it's just, you get there. You kind of find your way there. So.
Yeah. Rain says, mixed two critical scenes that I needed to do, introing the characters and introing the world. That's true, I guess, yeah. It does seem very efficient. I mean, this whole thing is only like 3 pages, and you already get a ton of nonsense out of it.
That's good nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like the nonsense. That will do it for this episode of the showcase, though, I believe. MacBooyah asked when the next one is. I don't know.
Okay.
Gotta end the recording. Thanks for watching. Boy.
Bye.
Okay, bye.